Cheers, everyone.
I know. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Fun shit. This is kind of a drinking podcast. Now, it's kind of what it turned into. I'm Marcos, also known as Mojo49 on Twitch.
I'm Haley, also known as Little Chicken Q on Twitch, and this is...
Oh, iPhone Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah, you go.
I'm Christina. I'm not on Twitch, so don't look for me.
I'm not on Twitch.
Listen, this is our first in-person guest that we've had. So forgive me if I didn't introduce you.
And then we give the yay, little clap. Yay.
Crowd clapping.
Oh man, I can already tell this edit's gonna be a long one. All the bits have to be edited
Sorry
into
about
this one. But yeah, so it's been a week since our last podcast, and we interviewed Haley.
Yes.
That was really fun. If you haven't seen that one or listened to it, go check it out.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. Then we got to do a podcast where we edit,
People gave a lot of thumbs up on that one.
Yeah, do an interview for you.
Yeah, we'll do one for me eventually. But I thought it'd be cool, and Haley thought it'd be cool to interview someone that knows nothing about fucking Twitch.
Nada.
Yeah, so we'll definitely get to that.
I was gonna say, let's let Christina introduce herself. Sure. Let's have her introduce herself and who she is to us, I guess.
To the world.
Yeah, go for it.
Hello. I'm Christina. I'm Haley. Oh yeah, I'm Haley's best friend.
Best friend.
Been friends since like fifth or fourth grade.
Wow, you don't know Twitch?
Don't know Twitch. I know of Twitch. Know some Fortnite. It's about as much as it goes.
Fortnite ones.
Yeah, I'm really bad at it. I'll let them stick to that. But no, yeah.
Haley's bad at games too, don't worry.
Glad to be here.
We forced her to be here.
Call the cops.
Yeah, Christina's a part of our little bubble. I hope everybody at home is like, it has their bubble of friends that they can see. You know, like I feel like my bubble gets a little bigger like every other month. But, you know, for the most part, it's a pretty solid bubble. Christina had COVID and now she's better.
Yes.
I think we had COVID.
I'm sure
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
sure everybody's had it.
Yeah.
Just like mildly, maybe. I don't know. I feel
Man,
like
before we even go into it, like since you are for sure confirmed case of COVID, I just want to, on record, talk about that.
Yeah.
So who'd you get COVID from? Do you know?
Yeah, my roommate actually got it from his girlfriend.
Oh.
He brought it home.
This is some sex talk now.
Listen, dim the lights. No, no, I was super careful. I mean, I was trying to help him with like get food and everything like that for him, like leave it at his door. I thought I was being careful, but I ended up getting it and.
Oh, so he had COVID and then you. Okay, I get. Okay, so yeah, he had COVID already, and you were like trying to nurture him, but stay
like,
distant.
Like I would leave like soup and like Gatorade and stuff by like his bedroom door.
But so then you possibly caught it pre-symptomatic, like for him pre-symptom.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you were careful while he showed symptoms.
Yeah, because so on Sunday morning, he actually used my car to like run errands. And then Monday morning, the next day, he went and got tested and it was positive.
And your last symptom was like months ago, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So that was just so people don't think that we're being irresponsible.
Yeah, no, and I got retested again.
And again.
Negative.
And again.
I was like, I feel like you've been the person who's gotten the most tests out of everyone.
I've
Right.
gotten tested 3 times.
Yeah. No, and that's the responsible thing to do. Like, we had a friend want to come to a house party that we were at a small get-together, and we legit were like, no. And she was like, yeah, like, she brought it up too. She was like, yeah, like, I shouldn't come because I'm in the middle of getting tested. And then we were like, yeah, like that's the responsible thing to do, you know, even if you have no symptoms. The buddy that we were hanging out with today at the bar, no symptoms, tested positive, and I hung out with him like a couple days before that or whatever. So we were very careful for like the 7 days or whatever, because and then he was asymptomatic through the whole thing, and then we had no symptoms after like a week after that. So it was like technically 2 weeks of our exposure. Yeah, and so we ended up being cool. But that was still a while ago before there was testing, right?
Yeah, that was like
he got tested through the military, so
yeah,
that was
so it was like kind of before you could actually. This was like, sorry, I was like, not you. I was like, I don't know if you can hear me. This was actually before, like, I remember when Marcos was feeling like really shitty and he got really sick, but he had sinusitis That's where he lost his sense of smell and taste, not from COVID, but from that. And he got tested for that. Like he wasn't allowed to get a COVID test. That's how intense it was at the time.
Oh, they were like, you basically have to be on a respirator.
Yeah.
For them to test me. Like they had one test in the office that I was in.
Yeah.
And they were like, only if you have to get rushed to a hospital, we can test you. And that was sort of the whole drama right now.
That was like kind of
hospitals
around your
will only
birthday.
test you if they for sure know it. That way they can clear, like, we had a test here and then funding comes in for the hospital because there's more cases there or whatever the case. They only had one test kit in the entire place.
But now they're like, oh yeah, you can just go.
Things are different now.
Yeah.
But did you hear that a lot of the testing was
falsified?
Yeah, no, like they were giving false results. So the first time that I got tested, they only did one nostril. And then the second time I got tested, they went in, did one nostril, took it out, went into the other nostril, did it again.
Oh,
so
man,
now,
how does that feel?
It sucks. Now they have to do both nostrils, and I was like, ugh. All 3 times that I've gone though, I've gotten really nice people that like, oh, it's okay, like you're almost done, you're doing great, and I'm like, okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's like you're shoving a thing into your fucking brain.
It's not enjoyable.
Not at all, no.
Okay, cool. So you got COVID from your roommate, possibly from a post-symptomatic transition.
Transaction.
You can tell
Here's
how
Here's COVID.
Enjoy.
smart we are.
Have fun with it.
So then, what did you get, like really, really sick, or was it just kind of one of those like, oh yeah, I was sick, but it wasn't anything more than like what I've experienced in the past?
No, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I think it was more like my mental state is what like freaked me out, because I just had a really bad congested and like stuffy nose, and then as soon as I got that positive result, my mind was just like, ooh, your body is not okay, and then like everything kicked in. But then once like everybody was like, you're good, everything's good, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm good. And like I think I only had symptoms for like 4 days and then they stopped.
But the main symptom that it seems to be with everyone is you lose your sense of taste, right?
Taste and
so I
smell.
never lost my taste, but yeah, as soon as my smell left, I was like, let me go get tested.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough, but that's cool. I mean, that's like if Haley and I had COVID in December, January, like we think we did.
Yeah.
Especially because of where we worked, there was a lot of
There's a lot of people getting sick.
A lot of people getting sick of the same thing, but also a lot of like flight or businessmen that would come in from out of town, from China,
Especially from to Heroes. I
Yeah,
was working.
that whole downtown, like
Yeah.
the hotels down there were just filled with businessmen that were
With
traveling.
tourists, yeah.
A lot of us. So a lot of us had that same symptom where it was like, fuck, I was sick, but I recovered in a couple days. You know, I was better. I feel like my sinus infection, my sinusitis or whatever, was worse because I had COVID, and that kind of fucked my lung and system up, because I
Yeah.
couldn't breathe in January. Like it was bad.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like steam bathing like 4 or 5 times, a day.
But then you got bad again in March.
And then March, well, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
when I got sick in March, I feel like my system just wasn't like ready for that. And then I got that infection, and then the infection like was it did more damage
It was an
because
add-on, yeah.
because my system was already damaged. That's what I think. I mean, who knows? A doctor's probably like, you're stupid, but
Also, it's like at the same time, like when we were all feeling super sick, that was like December, January. People's families were out of town, and came
Yeah.
in. It's like, fuck, Festival of Lights, all that shit that was going on down there. Of course, like people were getting COVID, because it's like people from fucking different states, families would come into restaurants and stuff because during Festival of Lights, it's like,
yeah, everyone.
There was already cases in like January and February. I remember when I got back from Cancun in January, I got a really bad, what felt like a sinus infection, but also like sore throat. I like had a hard time breathing.
Yeah.
And I would tell my friends like, dude, have you heard of this COVID thing? Like, what if I have that? And they're like, no, that's not even nowhere near close to us. And then I remember a couple days later, there was a confirmed case in Orange County, and I was like, dude, like it's here, like you're tripping.
it's been here.
And
it was here for a while.
And that's the thing, is that there's so many. Okay, so there were a lot of falsified tests positive.
Yeah.
But I also think there was a lot of untested positive
For sure.
people out there that never got tested, and because they weren't sick enough to die from it.
I mean, even when I went to the doctor back in February, he was like when I had went for a sinus infection a couple months before, they were saying, I'm gonna prescribe you some antibiotics, like stuff like that. But then when I went again in February, when I thought I had a sinus infection, they're like, no, you're good. Just take some over the counter stuff. Like, you don't have anything. And it's like, I feel like I'm dying and you're saying I'm good. Like, take over the counter. That's something's off.
Yeah.
And then all of this happened. And I'm like, ooh, I probably had it.
Right. No, it's not fun. And that's why, again, like I say, like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Like, there's a lot of, confirmed cases that were okay. But, I mean, we still wear our masks and we work in the service industry. So,
No, I mean, I feel like if I was maybe like 30 years older, it would have affected me way worse than it did.
Mm-hmm.
But now, even now, though, like, I'm like, when there was that like small get together, I was like, ooh, I'm so like, I can't go anywhere without a mask on. I can't.
Oh, at
I'm not
Christmas?
gonna go more than like, if there's more than like 5 people there, I'm okay. Like, I'm still like really scared about like getting it or giving it.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's nothing
No,
to be. It's nothing to
100%.
fuck around with. And there's, especially like, there's so many people that are like at the bar that I work at that believe that the mask, like, they're like, do you know that the mask doesn't protect anyone? That every single like COVID can get through the mask. Like very easily, so you might as well not wear one. All this shit, like,
I have
the
a
mask
right.
is to protect
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Like, you put a mask on to protect yourself, not to protect other people. And I'm like,
No.
dude, like, and they're like, well, doctors told me that like the mask and scrubs and all that stuff is just for show. It doesn't actually do anything. I was like, what fucking doctor do you have?
And what kind of fucking planet do you live on? Like,
I mean, I think it depends on the mask. Like, if you're wearing like a really thin mask that you made from like a super thin shirt, then like it's probably not going to do much. But at least like it's slowing it down, compared to just
Right.
let me talk to you with my mouth wide open.
I remember when the COVID, like when we were like, oh yeah, let's go back to like opening the inside of the bar. Like there was like that little short time where like people did that. Remember, some fucking people came in with strep throat even and like coughing everywhere. It was just like, yeah, I have strep throat. Like, oh well. It's like, one, even if it wasn't COVID, get your fucking sick ass out the bar. Like,
And
don't
it's like these kids, bro, cover your mouth.
Yeah, like what the? It's just like so. It's
like, dude, get away from me with that.
I can't. Anyways, COVID's fun times.
Good talk.
Well, besides having COVID, well, the thing is, I don't. You had COVID. You didn't even go on Twitch. Do you have a Twitch account?
Okay, yeah.
She
so
does.
I made a Twitch account to lurk on Haley sometimes, gotta support.
Right.
But as far as remembering like my username or like my login or anything like that, I'm kind of unfamiliar.
Oh damn.
So I might have to go through and like recover my account.
Right. Well, this seems like a very upfront question, but like, or I'm sorry, a very obvious question, but like, what do you think Twitch is?
So I think it's like not kind of like a broadcasting, but maybe like a social media to where like you just play video games and like stream it to where like other people can watch you and like comment on it, and it's like very interactive.
Right.
yeah, no, I mean anything
That's
is
like
like
pretty
whatever you
much.
think it is. There's
Whatever.
no wrong,
Yeah. That's
no
like
wrong answer.
because I think a lot of people think that exact thing, like, oh, like people play video games on it, and then you could like talk, like it's like social media, you could like talk to each other.
Yeah.
Which on paper, essentially, yeah, that's kind of what Twitch is. But there's just more to it, which is really cool that people don't really know, and it's kind of hard to access because Twitch doesn't really have a friendly way to invite you to a community or to a group of people. And that's the thing, is that every channel sort of functions as a sub community of its own channel, and those channels overlap a bunch of other streamers, right?
Yeah.
So we compare that to like real world stuff. Haley has a group of friends. You're a part of that group of friends. You have a group of friends that aren't a part of that group of friends. I have a group of friends that aren't a part of those groups of friends, but there's a weird lap over where sometimes we'll get together, we'll have a party, you'll invite some of your friends, you'll invite some of your friends, I'll invite some of my friends, and all of a sudden our friends meet each other, and then there's this weird co-mingling, right? So that's what I mean, like, we each have our own communities, and then sometimes those overlap, and we're doing like Christina's thing today, and then we're doing Marcos's thing today, and then we're doing Haley's thing today. So when it comes to Twitch, the community is a group of your friends.
Yeah.
And sometimes other streamers bring their community to your channel, and they meet the people that are in your channel, and then you guys are talking about each other that way, and then it literally is just like an infectious building, pool of different people.
It's also kind of like looking at like, I mean, before you were really super good friend, like when we, the girls, like our group of girls friends, and like you've only really hung out with Carissa without me, mostly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really the only person you really got to hang out before that. But it's kind of like you met Carissa through me. So it was kind of like I was this glue that brought you guys together to become good friends. So it was like, that's kind of like essentially looking at the community of Twitch as like, there is one person, two people who don't know each other meet, and they can become friends, and then, you know, it kind of creates like a cycle like that. Like it's just like a cool community outlook of people becoming friends that didn't even know each other, but because of this one community or person, me, you know, essentially. And that's kind of like what Twitch has become for us, or just like in general, that's what we try to explain to everyone.
And that's why like it's sort of a really special place, because a lot of people just go to Twitch the same way as like you'd be like, I'm gonna go to the bar and see who I see today. I have a lot of friends there. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go to Haley's chat and like say hi to Haley because I know she's there. That's like, you know, if this was a bar, if this was a bar, Haley is the bartender, right? Yeah. So I'm there to see Haley. Hey, what's up? And she's happy to see me, and we're hanging out, you know. And then I start to see other people that I know in the chat room, you know, and I'm like, oh, hey, you know, what's up, so-and-so? Hey, how you guys doing? Cool. And then maybe we'll break off into our own conversations. Yeah. And what's cool about that is that basically there's a whole chat, like it's basically a chat room.
I mean, you've seen the chat, like on the side and stuff like that, yeah.
It's a chat room. And everyone just kind of talks to each other that way. And it sort of functions like old school chat rooms, you know, like AOL and stuff like that back in the day. And then that lends a hand to a lot of people starting to really get together, communicate, have fun, laugh. And like that, it sort of builds that sense of community. And I think that's what people like miss out on Twitch when they don't know about it. They don't know that that's a possibility, that you can go somewhere and like enjoy time with people and meet people and build friendships there when you don't know anything about Twitch, because when you first sign on to the platform, they only recommend you the biggest streamers.
Yeah.
So when you get into a room full of 20,000 people, you're like,
oh, this is like watching TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know who's here. So I really think Twitch has it backwards, where the big streamers shouldn't be promoted first, because when someone first makes an account, you know, they should promote a lot of the smaller communities so that you can jump in and actually just talk to someone.
Yeah, show what it's actually.
Yeah.
It's not just like video games too. I feel like there's a lot of chat that goes on, because even like the Doodle game we'll play.
The Scribblio.
Oh, Scribblio,
She's played Scribblio multiple times.
Pretty good at it. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I feel like a misconception that even like that I had at one point was like, oh, it's just about video games, and I'm not really a gamer, so why would I get involved with that? Compared to like, when we started playing the Doodle game, I was like, oh, I can kind of get into this.
Right, there you go. See? And that's the thing, too, is like when you go on, like with like Rachel. Rachel is Haley's really good friend. People that know anything about our chat or our community knows Rachel. She pops in. She's like Haley's sister. And she's like the star of the party when she shows up every time.
Everyone fucking talks about Rachel. Everyone simps over Rachel. Everyone loves Rachel.
No, she's good company.
But it's also because like she's not a gamer.
Yeah,
When she shows up, she's this like outside source that has nothing to do with video games.
She just puts a bunch of jokes out on the chat and talks to everyone else in chat. It's like, I don't even know what Haley's playing, but like I'm fine with that. It's just like be there,
right?
You know, to talk to everyone, because she doesn't play the game, she doesn't understand the games, you know, because she's like, she doesn't do that whole world, but she just goes for the atmosphere of hanging out.
Yeah, just
because she lives in Hawaii, she can't see us, you know.
And then we taught her how to get on Discord, which is
that's what I was trying to tell you.
I use Discord for school now.
Yeah, I was like,
nice. So
more
basically,
people are starting to use Discord now. Which is awesome.
Like that needs to be put out in the world. Like we need to put out get Discord, learn how to use it, because I do movie nights on my channel.
Yeah, like we'll do movie nights. Yeah,
everybody will just jump in, and either they'll be on the chat room talking shit on the movie and like laughing about it, or they'll just be on voice chat. Depends on like, you know, how many people we have, and we'll watch scary movies, funny movies,
this
whatever.
Is what I told you to try to join in one night if you're like chilling and you want to like watch a movie and hang out. Like we can all be on like a call. We just like as if we're sitting in person.
Yeah, it's like a Zoom basically, but with like a little chat with like a chat room.
You don't have to show your face or anything.
And then that's what's cool about it. It's like you can if you want to, but typically people don't, and they just chat in there. And honestly, it's just a fun time. And you get to watch a movie like it's one click. Like I broadcast the movie through Discord, and everybody can just join that broadcast and just watch it
in good quality.
Yeah. So it's honestly pretty dope. Like I've bought a lot of movies, and we've taken a small hiatus, but I want to start it back up again, especially the scary movie nights on Saturdays were really popular.
Were fun. A lot of people used to.
I hate scary movies, but I would do it because it's really funny.
Well, let me get that Discord after this is over.
Yeah. Go in my chat, whatever.
Yeah.
No.
All I got right now is English and Spanish on Discord, so.
I think I still have a clip. Honestly, I need to find it. There's a clip of when Christina. Remember when my setup was on that side of the room?
Yeah.
And you and Ashley came over to. I mean, you came over. You've been on my stream a couple of times, but like you were playing on there and you killed, I think, one person. You're like,
With the bow.
Yeah, you're like, I did it.
No,
Dude, I
you
gotta
know
find.
how-
It was so. That's when you were playing. I think Dazzle was there too. Like that's who I was like.
Yeah.
Dude.
So no, she would just give me the headphones and be like, go ahead and play. And she would tell me the buttons real fast, like what to do. But like in one ear, out the other. I have no idea. So I would just press random buttons and like everybody in the chat would be like, no, do this, go there. I'm just like, I'm trying, guys, I'm trying.
It was so
and then
funny.
It took so long to get a kill. I still remember that moment.
Yeah,
I was like,
have a clip of it. I'm pretty sure that I wanted to show. If I could find the clip, I want to show it on the thing. It's so funny.
That's great. Oh yeah, if you find it, just download it. But yeah, I mean, like, and that's like one big thing that people that don't know Twitch, I think need to know, and it's hard to reach that out. It's like, oh, like how do you actually use Twitch? Because it's just so much more, you know. Which I don't know. Well, I think we'll figure that out eventually. How to bring more and more people to Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is. It is a little difficult because, like, how you first viewed it, people just think it's
Just
this is a video game, but it's not. There's so much, like, especially now since COVID happened, like. All I see now is like the just chatting blows up one, and it's not even just like someone's just like sometimes they'll do like art and just chatting, cooking, fucking working on their car, like
Well, this
literally
homegirl that has
everything. Like
the one of the girls has actually a dope community. She is very popular on TikTok. And then she averages like 30 people per stream watching at a time. So she gets a lot of people that come in, but there's 30 people that are live watching, which means 30 people are here, then 5 people leave, 7 people join, 4 people leave, then 2 more people join. So the average of people staying there are this much, but there's a bunch of different people running through that stream.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favorite streams to go to. It's I think it's called Megatron or Maggitron or Megatron or something like that. I really want to know her name. I'll link it.
One of my favorite streams. Don't know her name.
I like watching it though, because she's she has like a lot of good quality stuff, and she'll play random games that I don't even care. It's like Final Fantasy and stuff like that. But she's like pretty involved with her chat. But then randomly she'll be like, okay, it's time to eat, and she'll click a couple buttons, and then all the cameras will switch over to her kitchen studio.
She has a kitchen.
She's
a kitchen stream.
She does a little. She's like, I'm in my kitchen
like
now.
You're watching a YouTube video.
So I need to hop on that because I cannot like cook or do anything in the kitchen.
Dude, she makes some pretty good stuff. Like she makes some good meals.
But she has like all of her TikToks.
You might have seen her TikTok. It's the girl that goes,
it's the girl.
hey, hi, hello, and then she
She goes like this with the thing.
and then all of a sudden it's a bunch of little like pieces of food or whatever.
Like she hits the knife against the cutting board. Yeah. That's that girl. Yeah.
And it's like literally. I would assume that someone like that has a flooded Twitch channel. I can't even go in there and talk to her.
Yeah.
But you literally go in there and like she has a community, but it's not like flooded.
There is one.
It's not oversaturated, is what I mean. Like there's not like 1,000 people trying to talk to her, and you're like, oh, okay.
Like she's not as big as like Ninja.
Sure.
There
you go.
Right.
There's
the
one.
only one I know.
There's another girl that like is super like she's verified on TikTok. She's like one of the biggest TikTok girls. Her name is Avia or something. She's like the e-girl, the one with the black hair, pigtails. She does a lot of like Aviana, thank you. She does a lot of the like cosplay or like e-girl ooh stuff. So I didn't know that she streamed until recently, and I looked up her stream. She averages about like 200 views. She's not even verified, I don't even think yet, but like
compared to TikTok, she has millions.
She's one of the top TikTok people. Like she's just as popular. I mean, maybe not just, but like right under like Addison and like those are like TikToks. It's like Addison and Charlie and all them. They're like what Nick Merck's Ninja Symphony
are to Twitch.
Are to Twitch.
But hold on. What would the world be like if Charlie Chaplin had a TikTok?
Charlie Chaplin?
Dude,
that'd be so
why do I think about that so much?
Right?
Actually,
Yeah.
it would be.
What?
That's like because it's just like the videos he has still like to this day where it's just like.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine that in like 10 seconds on TikTok.
Right. He's he also did like a bunch of stunts.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like he would do stunts like that. That iconic barn face falling down and and he goes through the window.
Yeah.
That's like Charlie Chaplin.
It's funny. Jackass does that.
Yeah, those are all,
that's like this was an iconic.
There's a lot of recreation. I don't even know if Charlie Chaplin was the original person to do that, but he definitely has a clip of him doing that. I would assume that he was one of the original people to do that because that was when the camera first came out, when you could first start recording shit.
Like shit.
It's like, well, I mean, I invented it,
Yeah,
so
like fuck.
But he was just like so funny, so politically, inclined to push the boundaries through his comedy, and he was a well-versed stuntman.
It's crazy how much comedy has changed, though. You know what I mean? Like from when we were younger, and then now when you see stuff on TikTok, it's kind of like TikTok has a couple different vibes. You know what I mean? Because like TikTok is like,
well, I mean, everybody's on their own different TikTok. You know?
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of us see a lot of the same shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like all the big faces I see, but like, yeah.
But it's like there is a vibe. Like there's a lot of videos I'll find on there that are like, wow, this is such a Vine vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, just like random shit that you're like,
road work ahead.
Yeah, and you're like, wow, this could have definitely been on Vine at one point or another. You know? And Vine is like we miss you, Vine. That was
forever in our hearts.
In our hearts and our prayers. That was a great app. But like honestly, TikTok is, as much as people hate on it, and at first when I saw TikTok, it was like, this is like Musical.ly. Do you remember Musical.ly when it was
It was like just like Musical.ly.
Yeah, that's why it took me
cringe.
months to actually download, because I was like, I'm not downloading Musical.ly part 2.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Musical.ly was absolutely cringy to like watch. But then because of everything dying and everyone missed that whole feeling with Vine, and I bet it starts with one person and another.
It's pretty organic, yeah.
And it's
turned
like, I'm
into
just
what
gonna
it
throw
is.
something that's like super stupid I just took, but it could be like funny to fucking 50,000 people, whatever, who watches it. And that's how videos go viral. And the algorithm on TikTok is actually crazy because one person could just make one video and it blows up, and they just like made one video and it's like,
have you noticed that? Like, a lot of the people, like, there's this one guy, and he made this one video that had, like, I want to say, like, 2 or 3 million views, because it was hilarious. And then you go to his profile, and all his other videos have, like, 10 likes.
Yeah.
And it's like...
It's just, like, but that's the
that
algorithm.
one good video, yeah.
And I wish that, like, that's just kind of like what Mark was saying earlier. I wish Twitch had that, like, algorithm of being, like, they have recommended, sure.
How do you be like, yo, I had a really funny Twitch stream.
But it's not based on funniness. It's based on just like, like, I guess it would be a sense of like an algorithm of how to be found.
But like, when you make TikTok, when you make a Twitch, you know how like, I hate to compare it, but like, when you make a Hulu and they ask you like, okay, well, what are you into? Like,
they ask you the video games.
No, they do.
But
they
the
do
thing
ask you
is,
that stuff.
Those but they just show you the top ones of those video games.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have to go yourself and look for a community.
You have to like scroll.
So it helps if you have like, for me, it helps because I have both of you guys to kind of like direct me. But compared to like people that's just like, oh well, like let me check it out, but they don't really know anybody. It's
right. It's kind of like they might not find us for like, let's say a year. Who even know, or like a smaller streamer for a year because they just don't understand.
Yeah, they don't get it, and it's like I feel like you said, it almost sounds like Hulu. It's like, oh, I just go on there and just watch people play video games.
No,
like it's just the way I would go and watch How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah,
because they don't know how to interact. They don't know that they're supposed to be a part of a community.
And a lot of people even think that it's like YouTube. They're like, oh, so like they don't even understand that Twitch is like live. Some people don't really like, oh, like this is just like another place to watch video games, just like YouTube. I can just do that on YouTube. It's like, no, this is like actually live. They're like, what do you mean it's live?
Like interactive.
It is right now. I am talking to you as if you were in front of me, but we're not in front of each other. Like this.
There
is
was an old guy at the bar that Haley was showing my Twitch, and he was like, how? What did he say?
Yeah, it was on Friday night. I was talking to the guy who comes in the bar named Rick, and he's older, way older, and I was talking to him about it because his friend's daughter started streaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
So watch out for her.
Yeah.
We're gonna find her soon.
We're gonna find her. We're probably gonna play with her. She's like 15, she just started, so I want to be like a mentor. No, but like I want her to actually get affiliated. But
you're gonna be mom.
I'm gonna be mom. And
Little Mama Twitch.
Little Mama Chicken. But I was talking to him about it, and I was like, oh yeah, Marcos is live right now. And I showed Marcos on my phone playing Tony Hawk while I was at the bar working. And he's like, what do you mean he's live? Like, this is a video of him edited? I'm like, no, this is him right this very second at home playing this video game. You could literally say hi, he'll say hi back. He's like, no fucking way. There's no way. Like, they just don't understand. They can't wrap their head around where technology is and what is actually like happening. They're like, no. Like,
super exciting, and
really
right now
cool.
I'm working with my cousin. Shout out Jason.
Oh yeah. Plug in his Twitch.
Oh yeah, guys! If you guys want to see some streams, I mean, he hasn't streamed in a little bit because he's still getting streaming a DJ set is actually a lot harder than streaming video games because you have to create different sets for every time you're going to stream.
Oh no, we can read.
So that's the whole thing. So it's Jason with an E, just spelled that way. Jason with an E. That's the whole name. Chris is getting some dick.
Yeah. Oh, you said Chris.
Oh, Christina. They're
There's
both
too many
with K's.
in our friend group. There's a lot of K.
There's two.
And Kayla, but
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but no one ever confuses Kayla with anyone
Yeah.
else. Christina,
One of a kind over here. So
I'm gonna call out Christina right now on the stream.
wait, can we cut this or no?
can we
Are you gonna cut this out? Because I'll read you the message.
Yeah, I'll cut it out.
Okay, he said, "Oh fudge, yes."
oh fudge! Wait a second. He literally wrote, "Oh fudge, yes."
Oh fudge, yes. I was gonna hit you up for something like that once I got this project done. It just isn't done yet. So yeah, he definitely thought.
See, there you go. Wait, let me wait. What did you
show
actually
him.
send him? though?
Show him the actual. He said,
I edited it a little bit. I took out your last part. I'm sorry.
"I'm sorry, but
Okay.
oh fudge, yes."
He doesn't cuss. I don't cuss. I say frick and heck. You little bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
You little bitch.
We in business. 9 to 5, honey. Cut this all out.
That's so funny.
She said, "Cut this all out."
No.
No, this is so good. This is so funny.
Okay, let me just not link this in my bio then. Just kidding. You want to watch it anyways?
Oh man.
Just kidding. You probably would.
Hey, you know what? The things you do for things that you want in life. That's what I say.
Yeah,
Every
hell
day.
yeah.
I wake up saying that.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
It's crazy though how like podcast unrelated, how like you notice how like open and welcoming I am to this stuff now compared to before. Like it was so like
Oh.
No, yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
anyway, sorry.
You know, hey, to everyone's own
Growth.
pace.
Growth.
Growth.
I wanted to
Yeah,
ask
that's so
another. I
funny.
wanted to ask another thing related to Twitch to her that was like from an outside source. Oh, here's another thing.
How
Okay.
much money you got? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I do have one. So this is for anyone who's like, and I guess this is someone who is streaming a lot and is trying to balance life. I know that there was a huge portion of my life where I was inactive to everyone outside of. I wasn't active to my friends that were outside of Twitch.
Oh, you were just stuck in the
I
Twitch
was stuck.
world.
Yeah.
I was stuck in trying to
To
bring
grow.
up to grow.
Build that community.
And I
Yeah.
know a lot of you. I know I'm saying not you in particular, but
A lot of you bitches. No.
a lot of you motherfucking
Mother
assholes
heckers
Oh,
had
boy.
some problems.
and we need to fucking deal with this shit. No, I know that there was a lot of issues with me not being around because of those things, and I think that the process of understanding this world versus like, oh, just normal reality of being like, well, this just looks like you're playing video games all day and you're just unattentive.
You're blowing me off to play video games.
Right.
Yeah. To
And-
talk to a bunch of strangers
Yeah.
instead of me you've known your whole life.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I guess it's kind of like, I know for you, you've definitely seen, like, you've been one-on-one even before, like, you see what I do. You've seen, like, I think you've even seen me get donations and, like, things like that.
Yeah.
And, like, thinking, you understand this is, like, a different sense of not only just community, a world that I am a part of that I love to be a part of, but almost kind of like, this is where I want my career to go down. And not every friend of ours outside of Twitch, like, some of my other friends didn't always agree with that.
Yeah, they don't
Right.
understand.
Like
that-
it's not something you consider as just a hobby or something you do in the downtime, but it's like something you want to do in the future and it makes
Yeah.
you happy, you know?
Yeah. And
It's like as if you were at college, hardcore studying to become like a lawyer. Like obviously, like you're not being a lawyer, but it takes a lot of work.
You're investing your time in your future.
Yeah.
Right. And so I guess it was kind of like, when, for me, I'm me asking you, when was there like a moment that it kind of was like, oh, I kind of see for Haley, like this is something more than just like a hobby for her. Like, was there like a moment where you're like, oh, okay, this is her stream. Like this is like something that's new to her life that was like, oh, this isn't just like she's just trying to like fucking blow everything off. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
well, I feel like our friendship has always been, hey, I'm there for you. You can hit me up whenever. I'm always like, whether you need to talk, you need me to come pick you up, whatever. But like, we don't have time to see each other every day, which is fine because we're adults now. But for me, I think it was when I came over that one time and you were like, I'm going to go downstairs and get something to drink. Like, can you just like play one game, see how you do?
Yeah.
And I played this and like they were talking to me and I was talking back and I was also like trying to play the game. And I'm like, okay. And then like, I don't know, just seeing you in that environment and it's like, this is something, because I know how you were in college and it's like, for me, I like it and it's something I like to do, but I know for you and for a lot of people, that's not something that makes you happy and like you see yourself doing.
Right.
And then for when I saw you on Twitch, I was like, okay, yeah, like this is her path. So then after that, I was kind of just like now even when I'm like, I'll hit you up and I'm like, hey, are you free? Like, you want to hang out? You're like, well, I'm going to be streaming all night, but you're more than welcome to come over. Yeah. I don't take that as like, well, if I come over, like, she's not going to pay attention to me. We're not actually going to hang out or talk. It's just like, okay, like, she's going to involve me or, like, I can
100%.
see what's going on, you know?
And that's what I always tried to do. I think, like, even when you came over and when I remember when Ashley came over one night, too, and you guys were both here, I feel like, and I'm not even calling her out on this because I do love her, even though we're, like, not talking right now. It doesn't matter. Like, I still love her. I still love all my friends. The thing is, everyone understands everything differently and everyone has a different viewpoint, and that's what something I've always understood from you, which I've always been thankful for. You've come over multiple times when I'm streaming, laughed with you. I have you even in a background of clips. I have clips of you, like and I know that like I try to involve anyone who's here in my stream, even when my parents come to visit me for fuck's sake. Like they my stream talks to them like, oh, I hope your parents are doing well. Tell your parents to come say hi, you know, because
they're super welcoming with everybody that you involve.
It's like they care about this, so they care about this.
Right.
And so that's why I've always thought it was cool for friends to come over.
For it to be reversed, for them to care about that.
Yeah, and to meet you guys. It's clashing the two worlds.
Maybe you guys won't.
It's like taking me coming to hang out with like you and my roommate, like you and Angie. And I really like it's like coming for me to hang out with them and be like, I really like you. Like, you're really cool. Let's be friends. I know through you, but like, huh?
Nothing.
What do you say?
I was just nothing. I was just
Motivational speech.
I guess this was more or less me saying like for people who are coming up and streaming and they feel like if it does get to a point,
like it's a balancing act.
Oh, 100%.
No, because I feel like, especially I remember one time, not to get like too sappy or like emotional or like deep, but I remember you tweeted one time and you're like, I'm really struggling with like streaming and also like keeping the friendships that I have with my friends before. And I remember DMing you. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little drunk, but I remember DMing you saying like, bro, don't feel that way, because it's like we're adults. Like we at least have a job, or we're at least in school, or we're doing something, and it's like that's what phones are for, you know? Like I don't have time to come like over here and hang out with you for an hour, but like text me whenever, call me, you know? Like, or same thing with you, like you're busy, you can't come drive over. I mean, if we plan a day, but it's not just gonna be randomly, hey, I'm on my way to your house, let's hang out. So it's like you have to be interested in both ends for it to work, you know? And
100%.
that's why.
Well, it's like people don't understand too, like prioritizing and like self-preserving your dreams and goals and happiness is very important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's like if I'm here putting my shit forward first, then if that like is a problem in your life, one of my friends might, that's like, I'm very sorry that that's a problem in your life.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to stop doing what I believe I want my life to be like and doing the things that I believe that are going to get me there because you're butthurt that I can't come see you or some shit like that.
It's almost like you're studying in school and there's things that you want to do.
Do you remember last semester when you hit me up and you're like, hey, after class, like you should come over, like it's on the way home. And I said like I would, but like I have a quiz due that I need to do. And you're like, well, if you can focus, like just come over here and do the quiz. And I remember I came over here, I did the quiz, failed it, and then I took you remember I took a nap afterwards?
Yeah.
And then we woke up and we went on Twitch and like you were streaming stuff like that. But it was just like the overall like hangout time
nap.
and the
You
vibe.
slept like all day.
I did, yeah. My sister's FaceTiming me.
Answer it.
I can.
What if she's naked?
She won't be.
Oh, we love Kylie.
Hi. Hi. That's her boyfriend.
Hi.
Hi.
There's my boyfriend, Marcos.
What up?
What's
I
that?
have a question to ask you.
Yeah, what's up?
When you had COVID, remember?
Literally every time somebody calls me.
Did you lose your voice?
My voice? No, I never got a sore throat. I never coughed. Nothing like that.
Dude, Andrew was about to lose his voice, and he's like, "Can you hear me? Doesn't my voice sound weird?"
Yeah, but I mean, the same thing happened with Haley. Actually, she had a really sore throat. It could just be the change in weather, or you sleeping with the fan on high or something like that.
I just want to show you this view right here. Look at that.
Wow, how pretty.
We're on the top. We're on the rooftop, just smoking the joint.
Hey. Hey, so we're doing a podcast though. So can I call you later?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, but tell him not to stress unless he gets like more symptoms.
I know, right? Thanks, Christina. Love
Of
you.
course, love you too. Bye.
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 Like, comment, and subscribe for more.
Shout outs.
Like,
her
do you
and
remember?
I-
Remember we used to make
Yeah.
YouTube videos all the time.
Her and I have a really, you kind of, I mean, you can cut this all out. Sorry to distract. But, like, you know everything about
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
You don't know too much about our relationship. But, like, we were on rocky roads for a cool minute. So now it's, like, really,
You and your
like.
sister?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no,
Like,
their
she
whole life.
Her
Like,
phone number was blocked. She couldn't contact me.
Oh my
nothing. Like, I avoided her at all costs. And now it's, like, we actually have, like, a good relationship.
I remember
so,
when we
like,
were younger. I remember even when we were super young. If I ever talked to your sister and you guys weren't doing well at the time, you'd be like, "Don't fucking talk.
get the fuck out of
Don't
my
fucking talk to Kylie. Get the fuck out of her room. Don't talk to Kylie." And I'm like,
I was, like, 12.
"Oh no, we were like
immature.
we were super young, but like it was kind of like a, it's kind of like a you're mad at that person. That's my sister. It's kind of like fuck you. No, we're not talking to her right now."
All these snappy women over here.
But like then again, Kylie was not always a fucking
No, she was not.
absolutely not. You guys were crazy.
She's very not like self-absorbed, like cares for others now, and it's like okay.
No, she seems. I remember even just seeing her at the graduation, your graduation, because I sat next to her with Angie.
After that is when her and I stopped talking for like a year.
Really, she was even.
Anyways, sorry.
Yeah. Anyways,
No, it's fine.
Welcome back to my podcast. We have our fellow guests here, Haley and Marcos, and this is Christina's Tings.
or was it? Hi, I'm Dr. Seuss. You. You're Dr. Seuss. You. Funny bastard.
Oh, you funny. Oh, Dr. Seuss, you funny bastard.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. This is a drinking fun podcast, interviewing someone that knows nothing about fucking Twitch.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will go under the explicit category of our
Not because
we
of
have
me.
an
podcast
explicit category?
Well, sometimes when we don't curse as much, I put it under the clean one, and then when we curse more, I put it under the.
You should do the
explicit.
voiceovers. You know how they do that on YouTube where it's like, and like when Haley's talking and she says the F word, you can just go frick, and then like it'll change to your voice for a second, and then go back.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Okay.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Well, all I said was frickin' heck, so blame Haley McCaughey.
Freaking heck, man.
Heckin' egg.
But yeah, guys, thanks for listening. Let us know if you like this style of podcast. We've been changing it up a little bit, still trying to get our feet off the ground with our podcasts. But whether you're watching us live on Twitch, because we stream every week, or checking us out here on Life on Twitch, my name is Marcos, also Mojo49 on Twitch.
I'm Haley, also Lil Chicken Q on Twitch, and this is
Christina Reed.
Read.
Not on Twitch, but it's been good to be here.
Find
But
her.
on live.
She has very interesting Instagram stories. Anyways, guys.
Mojitos on some. No, I'm just kidding.
Mojitos.
Mojitos all day.
All right, cut it.
Thanks for watching.
Hasta luego. Buenos noches.